Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for CKF or Custom Die Factory. We have the Pepyakka3K. Now this is their last design, kind of like a way for them to sign off the spinner scene, their last hurrah. And definitely this is a big beast. Really great. Yeah, just really amazing with that cool inner circle that's rotating. Very nice. Now, for those not familiar with the Pepyakka design or the spinners, there's actually quite a bit of them, and I didn't really get into it till the later half of last year, and I kind of missed out on their first one, the Pepyakka 1.0, which is a really long bar spinner. Then they get a 2.0, then 3 and 4, and other variants. Now, this is actually one of the quite popular ones. This is a 3.0. With brass plates, but most of these are titanium, like the black parts here. I think that might be in PVD, some kind of coating. Then you got the anodized titanium retention screws right there. Yeah, really nice. Now another thing with Pepyakka or spinners from CKF, they've installed trits. Now this one has trits on the side here. And it's probably one of the spinners that I got that has trits on them, because it's kind of hard to get trits, or you have to order them online, and depending on where you are, trits might be not legal in a certain way, since they're kind of radioactive, but they're not that harmful. I mean, that's really just a small amount, and most of that is some other gases that gives that fluorescent glow. So that's that. So 3.0 is actually really great. This is probably the bar spinner that I really like that they've designed. I kind of wish they made more bar spinners, but after this one they made the 4.0, which I have also right here. It's more of a triangular shape. This one has different anodized plates or weights. Really cool. Then moving on, they went with Pepyakka right here. It's a very awesome looking design. Now this is in titanium. I think they call this the black wash. It's black anodized or something like that, or maybe flame black, and they gave it like a stone wash or tumbled look, which is really cool. I've actually collected all the variants of the Pepyakka. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like this design. So in this one though, they've only added threads on one side, and it's not that different from there. We'll get to that part. I'm just kind of building it up. And another thing before they made this is this one. This is Pepyakka S. It's a collaboration with S-Nex. I think it's a very famous knife maker. And he has this really cool retention system that you don't have to use tools. Yep, you can disassemble everything, just your hand. And this kind of becomes like a metal puzzle. Now I'm not gonna disassemble this because that's gonna be another review, or they probably have reviews online. But for those that are kind of curious, how to disassemble this, the first part is removing this outer pin. Well, aside from removing the caps right there. And to do that, you actually have to push this in. And you're able to remove the pin. It's a very cool retention system. So right there, I almost got it out, but I'm gonna push it back here if I can get it in. But yeah, that retention system is quite nice, and it is a puzzle. Actually, I was like trying to figure out how to open this without looking online. And how come I cannot get this thing in? Hold on here. Sorry about that. Just one of those just gets stuck, and anyways, I got it back there. So yeah, a really nice spinner, and this is using two bearing retention. So it's quite interesting how a two bearing will affect the spin, and it's actually really smooth. I like it a lot, and it's made in titanium. It's actually quite light. but really cool design. Kind of looks like knife handles there. So anyways, that's the Pepyakka S. Now let's go back to here. So we're gonna get this one. This one's a little different from their usual one. For those might have more familiar with this one, with this particular pouch. But inside it's gonna be similar. You're gonna have your micro fiber cloth here with embossed CKF. Quite nice. You're gonna get your CKF sticker. You're also gonna get your chocolate. It's actually good that makers put some kind of sweet with their product. It kind of makes you happy when you're eating chocolate or candy while you're playing around with it. It's just an added thing. And lastly, we're gonna get our COA. Now this one I wanna kind of there's a coupon code there, but here we go. Pepyakka3K spinner, and it's a collaboration between Kunigan and well, this one is Mikhail Kuligin. It's kind of like he's probably the owner, but I've always seen him post in the CKF spinner page. And K, that's a lot of K's there. Oh, hence the name 3K. Material: titanium, zirconium, Damascus. Now this particular spinner, I believe, is full titanium. Yeah. And as I've shown before, the black part there, or the main body, is kind of like this, similar with this one, the black stonewashed Pepyakka. And I'm guessing this is kind of like in the future, if they ever make the material in different colors or different metals, the faceplate, if spinner was still popular, that's probably just thinking ahead. But yeah, this is just titanium. They're probably just gonna circle that TI right there. From Russia with love, hashtag Pepyakka3K spinner, which I'll probably use on Instagram. I got number 71, made in 2018, and I got his signature right here. So it's a really nice COA, or certificate of authenticity, or card of authenticity. Alright, now let's clear this up and just take a look at the spinner. Alright, so let's actually weigh this guy. Let's see how heavy this is. I got my scale here. I know for some they might think that using a scale is kind of silly, but it's actually a good indication of, you know, in terms of weight and how it is in terms of feel also. You know, for me, I really like the 40 to 70 gram range, and that's kind of like my standard spinner weight. Anything beyond that kind of becomes like a little heavyweight and stuff like that. But it does differ also in design. So this one is big, but it weighs about 91 grams. Now I have other spinner and that size weighs a lot more, and actually let's give this a try here. I have this one right here. This is the Phenom by Spinner Manila, 141 grams. And I also have the antimatter here by Valence Customs, 128. And this one has titanium body but with the tungsten carbide weights, so it's a bit more weight compared to the brass and stainless steel over there. Actually, while we're at it, why don't we kind of do some size comparison. So this is in comparison with the antimatter spinner. It's about the same size with the Phenom. I also have, comparing with the 4.0 right here, a little bigger, with the Maelstrom, the full size version. Pepyakka S, the Z. I also have the SL. And let's go with a Tory stubby right here, a little small, and for those who have the stubby, there we go. So this is quite big. Alright, so let's talk about spin quality on this thing here. So from what it feels like when you spin this, when you hear that sound, that means the ring, or not the ring, but the bigger bearing is spinning along with your R188. Especially when you stop it. Let's see here. So when you spin it horizontally, you're only spinning the R188 or the smaller bearings here. It's a lot quieter. Because I believe the bigger bearing is spinning with the smaller bearing. But if you're spinning it vertically, there's actually a bit more friction for the bigger bearing to spin along with that. To the point like right now where they're about spinning at the same time. So it's a quite interesting feel. There is a bit of a gyroscopic effect as well as you turn it around or side to side. And it's really hard to compare with another spinner because of that height, as we call it, the shoulder height of the button. Because typically, especially for press fit, it's a lot less like this. Then with a vertical retention a little bit more, but this one with a double bearing, you got a lot more that space in between. Yeah, it's a very interesting spinner, and I like it. You're getting quite a bit of feedback depending on how you spin it, like this with the ring spinner, or sorry again, not the ring spinner, the bigger bearing spinning along the inner circle. I just called it the inner disc, but yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it in terms of spin quality. Very nice. Alright, so I did a tabletop spin on this. Basically set on table, spin it. I got about 4 minutes, and that's actually fairly good considering that it's using two bearings, and that could actually create more friction. And in terms of actually just, balance, it's actually really good. I like it. Despite being bulky. Now, there is 3 pre-installed trit slot there. I think they're like the 2mm by 12. They're green, and I'm gonna bring my UV light here, which I got from UQH. Nifty flashlight. And let's see if I can get some the light out of here. But you can see that it glows, which is really cool. And I actually included trit slots inside, or trits inside there. Those are not included, the 1.5 by 6mm. I just installed that myself. So yeah, really cool effect. There we go. So on these buttons here, you got it's kind of interesting design. There's some edges there. It's flat for the most part. This one doesn't have the logo, but I like it. It's kind of weird. I'm seeing some pattern on my camera, on my viewfinder. I don't know if that's going to be showing in the video, but it's just concentric circles in there. You can actually spin the inner ring by just holding the body or the caps, then going like that. There is a tendency of that to kind of scrape off or hit the sides. I'm just not sure of the tolerances, but sometimes it does stop, or like when you tilt it on one side. Yeah, but it does spin freely, and we'll take a look inside. How is that working, or how's that work? All right, so let's go ahead and undo the buttons here. And this is the part where I'm gonna disassemble the different pieces. Now, if you don't wanna see what's in it, you might wanna pause this and or rewatch my video when you have yours and you figure it out. So here's what's inside. And I thought that was like a big bearing that's shielded. Actually, you can pop off the, I think this is it a 10 ball? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a 10 ball R188. That's a hybrid ceramic. And you get 2 of them. 1 on each side. And there's a spacer in the middle here. Now the blue part is actually part of the inner ring. And we have some bearings here, 2 of them. From the looks of this, it might be the 6703, the 17mm inside diameter bearings. Kind of interesting right there. Now that is held by the body. You cannot take that out unless you, what do you call this? Remove the pins. Now getting to that part. So when you look at this, one side is a little bigger than the other. So this is the lid, and the pins here. Actually, where is that one? There's one that's a little easier to pop out. Now, technically, you're supposed, or you're able to open this up without any tools. Although popping this off is, I find that a little difficult. Okay, there we go. So you can pop this off, and there is a tab on the far side, on the right side. So you want to have this pin, there's a little bit of play there, to be all the way to that side. And you're able to pop this off. And yeah, take out the pin. Now the other side though, it's a little difficult to do. And you know, it's, yeah. So what you can do, or which I found, you gotta get a screwdriver with some flats and some cloth. It's good to use a cloth, gotta help protect it. So again, gonna put it where it's gonna be, and we're just gonna pop that side off. Put your, like opening a bottle. Oops. It's stuck. There we go. Undo that latch, and lastly we'll do this side here. Oh, get the pin off. Yeah, this is probably the, oh wait, that's already open. It's probably the easiest way to do it. There we go. All right, so get that off. Sometimes the pin does get stuck. There we go. All right, so we got that off, and at this point you want to be careful as you pop this top part off, because this is, it's being held right there. Actually, on both sides. There we go. And at this point you can pop off the bearing, just carefully. There we go. Got the nice stone washing for the whole thing. Get the inner ring here, which pops off. And actually, this is how I installed the trits. I've added blue tack. I've actually put them on and managed to do so, but for some odd reason, when I put it on and everything and I spin them, there was enough gap for this to open up a little bit and for the trits to just spun away. Yeah, good thing they're glowing and I was able to find them on the floor, but there's that. Alright, so let's undo that. Actually quite a lot of pieces here. And each of these individual pins you can take out as well. Alright, so this is the fully disassembled it's kind of messier, but there we go. It's a metal puzzle. Now let's see how many pieces are there. So we got 2 of those. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there are 19 pieces. Is that right? Or is it 20? Well, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, sweaty, sorry. I forgot to count the washers there. Yeah, 20 pieces. Quite interesting. No, that's not including the treads, but those are kind of like an extra add-on. Now, this is actually quite interesting because you can actually anodize this in a different color. So we could probably see one in gold, green. So there could be other possibilities on this, or even just have a different finish on the top. Now, I was thinking maybe, well, why don't we just remove this? Can it be a ring spinner? It's possible. Now, when I put this on, I made sure that the retainer or the cage is on the back side or the inside part. Yeah, for some weird reason, when I had it the other way around, there was a bit of scraping. So there we go. I was kind of intrigued by this cutouts here. I think that's just gonna help when you're pressing the frame in or stuff. Kind of relieves the stress. All right, and we're gonna put this together. Now, you kind of need the blue part, otherwise you're just gonna be pushing off the. Yeah, it's not gonna be a. It's not gonna work. But it'll be cool. It'll be cool though if we're able to just turn this into a ring spinner. All right, so let me put this back on. There we go. Well, actually, you can just do 1/2. That'll work too. All right, so let's put this on. Now, actually, I think I need to use this one. Yeah, for some weird reason, depending on how you put it back, some parts doesn't like that side. So I like to put where the serial number is. I got number 71 right there on the side that doesn't have the treads, which I initially got. Then I'm gonna put this on here. Kind of just well, forgot to put the little pins here. There we go. Just gonna get it in there somehow. Get in there. All right. Okay. And lastly, that piece. So the inner ring is being spun around by the bigger bearing. Okay, I think we got it. So there we go. Next up is this one's here. We're just gonna line it up. This one too. Actually, one of them is has a little defect on mine, I think. Was it this one? Yeah, it's kind of like the end there kind of chipped off, but I think it'll be okay. All right, and lastly, we're gonna put this on. So we're just gonna line it up. There we go. Now make sure nothing is. Whoops. I forgot about that. It's not all the way in. Gotta have the pins. All right. I think that's good. Oh, except for that part there. Okay. Now for the pins, as we put it back, I'm just gonna slide that in. And come on. Now you kind of want to make sure they're kind of pushed all the way to this side. And you just kind of, yeah, there we go. Same thing on this. Putting it back is actually a lot easier than taking it out. Alright, so there we go. Then we're just gonna put the bearings. Now, depending on your preference, you could probably change that out to your favorite ones. Just gonna put the spacer there, and here we go. Alright, so before I put the caps on, actually I want to try something different here. So aside from spinners, they also made a spinner base, which is right here. The Pepyakka base. It's actually really cool how they did this. You got that nice purple with the blue. Really cool design, and you just gonna have like this old thread here. Let's take this out, and you basically just sandwich the spinner without the caps. So actually hoping that there's one stand out there that you can have the caps on them as well. Alright, see if this is gonna work. Alright. Now I think the spacer in the middle will just kind of bounce around, but yeah, it'll be alright. Alright, so that is sandwich in the middle. And we have this stand here, which just sits in there. It's quite interesting, and we're just gonna keep it a spin. Although I kind of want to get the. There we go. Although I think the middle one is stopping because. Well, actually, why is it stopping? Huh. There's not enough momentum, or. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it does that. Let's get some light here. There we go. Get the treads. That's really cool. Alright. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Let's stop the. And I think I'm gonna just have it for display for the time being. Now I haven't found any buttons that will work on this. Other than this, this is really long, and most spinners are, even the ones. Yeah, there's just no other ones. Actually, you know, while we're at it, you know, I'm actually kind of curious if the. Hold on here. I'm backtracking and dragging this review. Way too long that it's supposed to. Where is that S? I just put it away. There we go. Let's see if the caps will work. Although this one is going to be really small. I don't think it's going to work, but. Alright. So this seems to have the same retention. But not quite. It's missing a little bit. But with that said, I wonder if we can use this for the S. Alright, there's a bit of a gap there, but that seems to work. Get that bearing there. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Alright, so there is a bit of a play there. But you definitely can use this on your Pepyakka S, the caps, which is nice, but not the other way around. So there you go. Anyways, that's about it for this review of the Pepyakka3K. This is a really nice spinner. Definitely worth checking it out. It is expensive, but they do have bundles. If you've been thinking of getting the other Pepyakka spinners, they do have a bundle which gives actually really good discounts. So check it out. I'll provide the links down below. And hopefully at this time of review you're able to get one. Otherwise, you get a chance to see it here. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.